Without them, I mean, even from the guys that have a job during the week and come there just for TV, there's some very talented kids out there that goes out knowing it's going to be an enhancement match, but still they're right there for all the bumps you give them. They're right there to make your finish look good. And without those guys, we'd have to fold the doors because the carpenters of the business are the first building block by which everybody else above them gets over.
You don't call me Phil. It is Mr. Chu Hi from here on in.
Okay, Mr. Chu Hi with Downtown Bruno at his side. So I guess we'll say that Mr. Chu Hi and his son, Little Chu Hi.
Oh, is his son not named Hickerson anymore either?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
It could be.
I don't know. One fall, 10-minute time limit match. Chris Frazier out of Mississippi going against what used to be Phil Hickerson out of Jackson, Tennessee. Now wants to be known as the P.Y. Chu Hi, right?
P.Y. Chu Hi.
Yeah. I know of it, Lance. Right.
Are you now, listen, we're talking to Downtown Bruno. We're trying to figure out, does that make you Little P.Y. Chu Hi?
Whatever floats your boat, Lancer. He's still my daddy, and I love him no matter what it does.
Big waist lock, and Hickerson picks him up and slams him into the turnbuckles. Whips him across the ring, and Frazier, again, that belly-to-belly suplex has come into play twice in 2 matches. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Boy, that didn't take very long.
They're in the ring right now. We got Mike Masters, Rodney Napper, and Chris Frazier. Oh, here they come, the Japanese team, waving that rising sun flag. The team of Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chu Hi with Tojo Yamamoto in their corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun will settle it all out to 1 apiece. Big Phil Hickerson, known now as P.Y. Chu Hi, walking around in there. Very large team on the Japanese side. The total weight is 1,019 pounds. Across the way, 640 pounds. Just give you some idea of how big all 3 of these guys are over here. Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chu Hi. See who's going to be starting. Well, there's the ceremonial bow, and it looks like Mr. Hickerson, better known as P.Y. Chu Hi, will be starting against Rodney Napper. Napper out of Halls, Tennessee, giving away lots and lots of weight. Hickerson just hammered him back on the rope. Off the rope. Dutch Mantell back out here. Dutch, well, we had this settled now a few minutes ago. You got a match coming up in a few minutes with that belt on the line. That belt that you and Rick Morton took off Wendell Cooley.
Is Wendell, is the Wildcat Wendell Cooley, is he here?
Well, he's not here yet.
No, and he's not going to be here because you didn't believe what I said, but I'd never tell a lie. I said out here, I'm telling the straight truth. I'm like Dan Rather on CBS Evening News. I always tell the truth when it presents itself. Wendell Cooley will not be here.
Well,
I feel real good about it, too.
We're still hoping that he will be here because the word is...
still wishes he was alive, too. But he's not, and you can wish all you want to. But Wendell Cooley, thanks to me, and I did the wrestling fans a favor out here. I run that bogus wrestler off because he can't wrestle, he can't talk, he can't even drive a car, he can't play a guitar, he can't do nothing, he can't even read a paper. I doubt if he can sign his name. I did you people a favor by hurting him and getting him out of the wrestling profession.
Well, I don't think you got him out of the wrestling profession. You and Morton did hurt him, though, as you teamed up on
Ricky
him.
Morton had absolutely nothing to do with it. I wish you would not slander his name anymore, Dave Brown, because, you know, there's legal laws against that stuff like that.
Well, truth is an offense, and the truth is that Ricky Morton was right there, and it took both of you to beat Wendell Cooley, and as a result, you're walking around with a belt.
What do you base this on?
I base it on being told by people who were there and saw the thing with their eyes.
Great move by Phil Hickerson, a great move. It reminds me of one of the moves I use. And I like these Japanese wrestlers here because they don't take no bull. They get in there and they take whatever presents, just like I do. Just like I do. Only one thing would make this match better if I was in there beating these boys up. And the same thing would be happening to those guys on the other side of the ring is happening to them right now. They'd be getting the dog beat out of them. Yes, sir, right there.
Well, there, take care.
You see that guy on his back? Looks a lot like Wendell Cooley, doesn't he? You know, they made a Wendell Cooley doll one time. Every time he set it up, he kept falling over his back. Couldn't even stand up. It didn't sell many.
There's a cover. Count is 1, 2, and 3. He got him. So the Japanese team of Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chu Hi gets a win. Tojo Yamamoto with a kendo stick. Hammering Masters as he leaves the ring. They've got Rodney Napper tied up in there. 3 against 1.
Yeah!
Oh, come on, this is unnecessary. Get him out of there, Tojo.
Hey,
You are looking at Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier in the ring right now, set to go with tag team action. Alan and Chris weigh in at about 435 pounds. Alan's out of Arkansas, Chris Frazier out of Mississippi, and coming here, one of the meanest teams you're ever going to find.
this man, he knows what he's talking about.
I'm finally glad that you got a man out here that can wrestle. I'm glad to call this man my friend. Hello, Dutch Mantell.
Well, that's a dangerous sign right there as Dutch shakes hands with this man sitting at the ring here, Ronald P. Gossett IV. Let's get some action underway. That's Dutch Mantell out of Oilthorpe, Texas. His partner, his last address on him was the Atlanta Federal Pin. Master of Pain is in there right now. Dutch tagged out quickly, wasted no time in getting the big guy in there.
It's awfully hot in here. Do you not have an air conditioner in this building? I can't sit out here and be uncomfortable.
What do you mean air conditioner? It's the dead of winter. It's got
Listen,
snow
don't
around.
try to be a weatherman with me. I just need an air conditioner. If you can't get it, I'll get somebody that can.
I do happen to be a weatherman, and I think everything's just fine in the studio here for most of us, all but you,
Most of
apparently.
it. The one that counts is uncomfortable.
Meaning you, of course, sir.
Of course.
Dutch Mantell, whoa, vicious right hand. He popped Chris Frazier. Knocked him right down on the mat. Got it right above the eyes on the forehead. Dutch Mantell makes the tag. This Master of Pain is 6'9", 325 pounds worth.
He looks totally awesome.
That's
Alan Reynolds looks like a guy that works down here at Hardee's. Is that where you got him, Hardee's?
Alan Reynolds, fine young wrestler who's come a long way here. Master of Pain. He just picks Frazier up in the air, turns him over, and throws him down to the mat. Drops down with the arm, cover. No, he doesn't cover. Doesn't try for the 3 count. We're a minute and a half into the action. Power slam.
Power slam. Now, that looked great. Now we're finally seeing some decent wrestling.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you that Mantell and Master of Pain make an awesome tag team. I don't like their attitude. There's a count of 2
cares about their
and
attitude?
3. Minute 51 seconds, and give the win to Dutch Mantell and the Master of Pain. Alan Reynolds over now to help his partner Chris Frazier.
You think we need a stretcher to carry that imbecile out?
Okay, we got more troublemakers on our hand right here, Dave, and
You're
I'll
right. Tell you what, one fall, 10-minute time limit match. Out of Halls, Tennessee, Rodney Napper standing in the ring. His partner in the corner from Mississippi, Chris Frazier. Masamune, Shogun Masamune and Samurai Shinji at a total weight of 530 pounds. Tojo Yamamoto in the corner, and also out here, P.Y. Chu Hi.
Yeah. Boy, these guys get that ceremonial sword out. I'm just delighted they didn't today.
Knocking the customs of these people here.
Knock it, yeah, but I've seen you swing that thing around.
It's a great honor for me to be the one to say, hey, I introduce these people to America, this tag team right here. So, brother, I'm not going to stand here and talk to you. I brought the best team. We are going to just dominate everything in the wrestling section around here. So all the guys are terrified of these guys. So we're just going to keep on, and we're going to keep on. Finally, we're going to give them the recognition they need. So I'm not going to be talking to you anymore. I'm going to give them my personal advice.
Yeah, great.
Some advice there
come
for
on,
Tojo. Kendo
Tojo.
stick across the back.
Boy, he is just killing Rodney Napper with that kendo stick. Coming over.
Shogun Masamune kicks him right in the head. Tags Samurai Shinji. And they double chop Napper. Buckled his legs, hip tossed him over, stomped down on him. Man, these two guys. And you know, the sad thing about it is, Dave, both of these guys have a great marriage of the Oriental martial arts and catch-as-catch-can wrestling. I've seen them now in about 4 matches, and they are dynamite. They don't need all of this stuff. But when you got somebody like Yamamoto and P.Y. Chu Hi egging them on, you can see the kind of attitude they got. They didn't need much egging either.
Well, they got Chris Frazier in there now after working over Rodney Napper for a while. Tojo shouting instructions in Japanese. Hickerson shouting some Japanese too. It looks like he's been to the Tojo Yamamoto school here.
Samurai stands him on his head in a big tall suplex and kicking down on Chris Frazier. Frazier and Napper just have not had a chance. Into the rope, and man, he turned him loose. What a chop he nailed him with. Tags Shogun Masamune, who is up on the ropes, and as he comes down, double chops Chris Frazier right straight down to the mat. Picks him back up again, and there's another tag. I believe they could get the pin right now. They have battered on him with such force. Shogun off the rope. There's that spinning back kick, and he kicked his brains out. Wow. 2, 3.
Well, it was just total. Hickerson, P.Y. Chu Hi did call one thing right over here. He said they were going to dominate. Well, they dominated this match. It was almost total domination of this match. As first they worked on Rodney Napper and then Chris Frazier. And finally, after 2 minutes, 41 seconds, they got the cover and the victory in the match. And Tojo won't call them off. They're leaving them in there.
No excuse again. I mean, this is the kind of thing that just gets people so upset with guys like that. And look at Yamamoto egging him on, saying, throw him out, throw him out. And now, Yamamoto with that, get him out of there, Randy, for crying out loud.
Mantell, boot to the midsection of Chris Frazier immediately as he stepped into the ring. Now with an upper arm, he puts Frazier down on the mat, goes for a cover immediately. Well, he got it. 14 seconds the time.
Well, I'll tell you, this new team that Tojo has brought in here, I've seen some awfully good wrestling with Tojo, to be honest about it. This team is as good as anybody he's brought in.
Well, they are big and tough.
And when they come out, here comes the herd. Tojo Yamamoto, P.Y. Chu Hi.
Take a point there, Dave Brown. We'll stay out here and we'll stay here and talk to you. You know what? Everybody know, the Imperial Dynasty now. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Imperial Dynasty.
Yeah, that's P.Y. Chu Hi.
One thing about it, Lance Russell, I want to admire you for one thing, because you got enough guts. The last couple of weeks here, you've been showing about this Tracy Smothers. Was that great? Did we put him? You know, we actually went for the hurt on him real bad, but guess what happened?
Sure
we wound up killing him. You know what? The boy's dead. You know that?
Yeah,
you read that in the bank. All of his friends showed up. There was a good funeral and everything. There was 3 people.
Let it die.
Didn't have enough pallbearers stand the grave.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys got the
I'm telling you what, Lance Russell, I want to say right now, this is the Imperial Dynasty, man. Let me tell you, ever since they've been here, you haven't seen a team yet that has beat these guys. There's not a team in this territory right now that can beat them. No matter what, how you want to match them up. You can put anybody together, match them up in any type of dressing room back there. There's not a team that they can form or in here right now that can beat these Japanese teams. I'm telling you,
Bill, if you'd have been listening, you'd have heard us say earlier.
You call me Phil, I'm no longer Phil. You call me Mr. Chu Hi.
Okay, Mr. Chu Hi.
Thank you.
We made the comment they're as good as any team Tojo's had in, but it takes 4 of you out here to get them out.
I'm going to think Tojo's like I'm like a guru to him.
What are you doing here?
I'm talking to you. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. Now what else?
Jungle Jim McPherson in there against Masamune. Backs him over into the ropes, and look out, Yamamoto is down there with that kendo stick. Big shot.
He did take his head off right then, Lance.
Shogun Masamune misses, and here comes Jungle Jim, flying press. But Shinji is over there, Samurai Shinji. Yeah, I'll bet you will. That's just exactly what I was talking about. Chris Frazier wraps the arm up and gets nailed in the eyes for his effort.
That's one of the most spinning in the world. You know, I taught that to him.
Oh, did you?
I taught that little move to him.
Well,
you know what?
Phil Hickerson goes to Japan, and P.Y. Chu Hi comes back as an expert.
Well, I guess.
I guess.
I'm a little bit expert in everything.
Yeah, I know
If you want to know something, you just ask me. I'll bet you there's nothing that you can ask me that I can't answer right now.
I don't even have to ask you. I'll hear it. I'll hear it from you without even having to ask you anything about it. Chris Frazier with Samurai Shinji in there makes the tag on Shogun. And
no mercy, crucify, no mercy,
Frazier really being belted around by Masamune.
He didn't know what to grab, you know what I mean? It's the one. I bet he's got internal injury.
That'd make you really happy.
If the referee hadn't said they would stop the match right now. But you know, there's one thing about it. I'm not going to stop it. I wouldn't even ask to stop it because I want the guys to get in there and I want them to hurt. I want them to make every wrestler around here to be fear these guys. And that's exactly what they are.
He caught him with a spinning back kick, whipped him in, nailed a knee in the midsection. Now Shinji takes over. Big clothesline.
That's right there in the ring right now. See, he's a little goofy every now and then, you know. He's sort of hard to handle.
Boy, you get all excited about him beating up on some kid just starting, don't you?
I love it. I love to watch people take beatings. Pain, punishment. Yeah, boy.
The only thing you'd like better is if you were up there kicking on the kid.
I would love it. I'd probably beat every one of them up there. The referee, too.
Samurai Shinji in there with Chris Frazier, and he just nailed him with a side kick, man. Pounded him.
I'll tell you the reason why Frazier can't say nothing right now. He would love to say I quit, but his lips are swollen so tight because of all them kicks and everything. See, he can't talk. His Adam's apple is probably down in about midway of his stomach right now. You know what I mean?
He just got another shot from Masamune that time. Well, this is the kind that...
Oh, this ought to be a good night, Irene. I love it, Lance Russell.
He took him with a catch-as-catch-can move, the side saddle DDT.
That's a good scientific move right there. A little chop upside the head, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. It's got class. Yeah, boy. Get him around his head. Yeah,
belly to back, and he pounds him down. And Chris Frazier.
Don't ring that bell, you ring that bell.
I feel like reaching down in there. He obviously is outclassed. Masamune.
I love it. Look at old Randy. He wants to try to stop it too, but he ain't going to do it.
Well, I hope Mike Porter will stop it in there. He got the kid so beat up and taking punishment that there's no doubt that he is out of it.
Oh,
up in the air, they take him.
Get him up there. Get him up. Oh, yeah. That's
drop him down over the knee.
Somebody like that.
Yeah, that I guess
it will. Here it comes. I feel it. Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Boy, that flying kick. Man, he rolled him with that flying.
Of his backbone right
all right. P.Y., we've heard all we need to hear.
Thank you for talking, Lance. I enjoyed this very much.
I'll bet you did, smiling. We'll catch you back another day when they've got a little more experienced team in there and see what you got to say about it. Just a slaughter of Chris Frazier in there.
4 minutes, 31 seconds, and it was all Samurai, Shogun, and Tojo Yamamoto. Yeah, they got to get that pink mat put down. Beauty and the Beast refused to wrestle on the common mat that we have here. It has to be that special one.
That really kind of took Dundee by surprise, looking at that footage in that match that it took place in there. And like I said, a lot of people have tried a lot of things with the little Aussie, but I've never seen anybody do that to him. But it was effective. He got him off guard, rolled him up, and got the 1, 2, 3 on him. And I know that's got to steam Billy, man.
You know it. And like I said, I bet Mr. Garvin hasn't seen the end of that. Here they come, Beauty and the Beast, Terrence Garvin and Mark Guleen. Guileen's got the spray can with him. He'll go up and disinfect everything. Now, there you go.
You find out, I am sure. He's asking who the mystery partner is, and he'll be finding out that a little bit later. We've got that match scheduled in here with Dundee and a mystery partner. Guleen with that spray can up there disinfecting or perfuming or whatever he's doing. And across the way, his opponents are in, and we're ready for it, Dave.
And we are ready to go with a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Introducing Chris Frazier and Alan Reynolds on one side of the ring. On the other, it's Beauty and the Beast, Mark Guleen and Terrence Garvin. Guleen starting out here, the Beast, against Alan Reynolds.
Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier teaming against the Beauty and the Beast, and a nice hip toss. Look at that. Alan Reynolds got the big beast going, and that's not usual for Guleen. He's usually very strong at the beginning.
You know, I think we're seeing an example of Alan Reynolds, and a wrestler who's been wrestling for several months now and has learned a lot along the way. Hasn't won a lot of matches, but he's certainly learned some things, and I think we saw evidence of that right there in the beginning of this match. Whoa, big power slam by Guleen on Chris Frazier.
Both of these guys can wrestle. We've never said that they couldn't, so it doesn't come as a major surprise when you see Guleen pull off a power move like that. There's the tag on the Beauty, Terrence Garvin. He normally comes in when an opponent has been hurt. That's when he wants to get in. That goofy dance and laugh of his is the thing that'll just drive you right up a wall. There's a tag back to Guleen, and Chris Frazier, who is in the middle of lots of trouble in there, and Guleen really pounding away with that forearm, and goes with another power slam.
He power slams him there again. He goes to the corner, makes the tag on Terrence Garvin. Guleen with Frazier, drops him over the knee, backbreaker, and Garvin comes flying off the ropes. That stupid laugh again, and a cover. Count of 1, 2, this one's over. The win gonna go to Beauty and the Beast, Terrence Garvin, Mark Guleen, 1:33 seconds the time. Right now, Mr. Thompson, the Freezer, is up there with his partner, Chris Frazier. Thompson out of Arkansas, Chris Frazier out of Mississippi, and come roaring into the ring. Action Jackson goes after him. Action Jackson and the Master of Pain. Boy, they wasted no time. They grabbed Thompson, throw him out of the ring. Chris Frazier fired into the ropes. Action Jackson with the upper arm. There's a tag. Jackson on the Master of Pain. You know, Dutch Mantell is usually out with a Master of Pain. I suppose since he lost his championship, he's not going to be around here today while the Master of Pain is
Dutch
out.
Mantell did not lose his championship. You know, Dave Brown, you and Lance Russell, what you know about professional wrestling, you could put on a postage stamp. Jeff Jarrett stole the belt. Do you understand what I said? Stole the belt.
If you were watching earlier and saw the match, you know exactly what happened. Jeff Jarrett stole nothing. He won it fair and square. And he is the new CWA champion.
He lacerated Robert Fuller, a true gentleman in professional wrestling, and you call that fair?
I call that good enough for him. He never should have gotten involved to begin with. He involved himself in the match from outside. He had no business being there. Count is 3.
The fork in that guy. He's done.
Action Jackson gets the pin on Chris Frazier. Come on, break it up, Jackson. You've won the match. It's over. Shogun Masamune and Samurai Shinji. They'll be going against David Johnson and Chris Frazier, and I sure don't, I would hate to be in their shoes today, to tell you the truth.
They not only, they're certainly the heavy favorites in the match in there, but they not only want to win it, they always take pleasure in hurting somebody when they get in that doggone ring.
Exactly right. And they're up there now, ready to go in a tag team match. It'll be 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Tojo Yamamoto is in the corner, and also Chu Hi. Tojo has a kendo stick. Chu Hi's over here with a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's all we need out here, huh?
It's always a comforting thought when you see somebody as crazy as Chu Hi walking around with a sword that could barbecue you here any minute. In the ring, it's Masamune. Oh, he is just killing Chris Frazier. Just slapped him with a chop.
He really smacked him with a chop back on the ropes, flips him in the center of the ring, over to his partner, makes the tag with a hip throw. He puts him down. Got him up in the air with that fireman's carry, and then just dropped him backwards onto the mat. Throws him over to the corner. It says, tag your partner. David Johnson coming in. David comes in, but he has jumped immediately.
Put him on that hip and bounced him down on the floor, and David Johnson making a run at Masamune, and Masamune with that spinning back kick just took him out of action right away.
Popped him right down to the mat. David, oh, there's another one. David again hits the mat. Masamune throws David Johnson over to the corner and allows him to tag Chris Frazier. Frazier back in.
I don't think Chris is completely recovered from that first effort in there, Dave.
That's just what I was going to say. It looks to me like he needed a little more time to relax and rest and recuperate over there, and he just didn't have it because Johnson was really getting battered too. Masamune lost his headband in one of those exchanges. Tojo Yamamoto scooped that out of the ring.
Masamune, it looked like it's, and I have no idea, but just looking at it in there, he may have broken Frazier's nose in that first exchange in there. And Chris, as you indicated, had not recovered. Samurai Shinji comes in, slams him down, and tags back to the bigger Masamune, Shogun Masamune. Up in the air and slam him down to the mat, and Chris Frazier is really being devastated in there. Masamune again whips him across. Big spinning back kick, and he caught him with a full leg that time, Dave.
He puts a foot on his throat, count is 2, 3, and that's it. Actually, just below the throat. And now the Japanese team kicking Chris Frazier out of the ring. David Johnson then try to help him out, and they just kick him unmercifully too. Tojo up there with a kendo stick. And Johnson and Frazier finally out of the ring. Situation coming up here as Brian Lee will be coming in. There he is, accompanied by his new advisor, man who paid him $20,000, but said he can't spend it yet, not until he beats up somebody.
All right,
Robert
Dave.
Fuller.
This is a one-faller, ladies and gentlemen, from the state of Mississippi. Chris Frazier, 216 pounds, going against Brian Lee, 248 pounds, from Orlando, Florida.
All right. We're about set to go. Robert Fuller over here, and
That's right. The thing seems to be dragging over here a little bit. I thought I'd come over and help you boys with your commentation just a little bit, if you don't mind.
we really appreciate it.
Brian Lee is going to show you right now in the ring how you take care of a Jarrett. He's going to take care of him good. You know, Dave, let me settle down here just a minute while my boys get wild inside that ring and let you know something. You know,
Let me just remind you
that
let me just remind you that's not Jeff Jarrett he's going against right now. It's a different situation.
It might as well be, Daddy. Jarrett. Put that puck away, Brian. Listen, you heard your Mason Dixon one half of it. The other half is injured and gone. Come out here talking about how he was going to put my man away. Well, he's going to get his opportunity to get my man in there and try to put him away. And then, baby, that's when we go right to the center of the earth. That's when it leaves me and Jeff Jarrett. Heads up, baby. Just me and you, Jared. And I don't mind telling you, baby, it's your last chance because I'm going to end it. This is where he leaves my side of the world, leaves my business to me. I understand his daddy over there owns a little cattle operation. Maybe he owns a little fencing company or something. Maybe he got something else he can turn to when my business turns back to me. And I'm going to be promising you something, that boy is going down. And when the boy goes down, I think old daddy's just going to withdraw from this business. Let the Tennessee stud have what's his in the first place. My birthrights, baby. I'm talking about CWA, my beloved CWA.
Your birthright was sold, not stolen. It was sold. That's what happened to it. He cleared all that up.
Sylvia told me she thinks he's one of the prettiest things she's ever seen in her life. And you know what? I think this young man right here is a looker myself, and I think he's a tough kid. Come on, treat him like that. Put it to him, Daddy.
Now the coaching on the microphone here by Robert Fuller, the Tennessee stud. Chris Frazier really getting a beating here from Brian Lee. Remember, Fuller told Brian he couldn't spend the $20,000, not until he beat somebody up bad. How's he doing so far? Are you satisfied with
well,
the way
I'm
he's
very
doing?
satisfied with him. I'm satisfied with him. I want him to take his time. I want him to slow down in that ring. I want him to know how to punish a man. I want him to feel this business from the inside, baby, like I do, because he's working himself into a position to be a stud stable member, and to be a member, you got to be tough. You got to be there, baby. Anything he's lacking, this boy's going to be picking up real soon. I'm going to ringside, Dave Brown. You're going to have to do this on your own.
Maybe we can handle it, Robert. GK, sorry about that. Slide on back in here.
That's all right. You know, you got to hand it to him. The guy he's talking about, Brian Lee, is one heck of a wrestler.
Well, he is. It's one of those unfortunate things.
Yeah.
You see a kid with a talent that Brian has and the potential he has, and then to see him get hooked up with somebody like Fuller and, and money. You know, the old saying, money the root of all evil. Well, I think maybe that applies right here to Brian Lee.
And maybe he'll see the light, Dave. I don't know, but the kid really, he's a fine physical specimen, and looks like he has a tremendous amount of potential to move right on up that wrestling ladder.
Absolutely. Well, here's Fuller back.
You're talking about a fired-up stable. You start talking $20,000. You think Brian Lee don't get fired up, baby? He's been spending Jerry Lawler's $1,000 all week. This is a money man right here, and I wouldn't doubt 1 inch that this boy right here is going to be going all out to get to $20,000. Jeff, we're going down, baby. Then we're going to see Daddy get out of my territory and leave it alone, Daddy. Leave it with the stud where it belongs.
Well, Fuller has some of the facts mixed up, as I think you wrestling fans know if you've been following that situation. Look at that. Sylvia beating up on Chris Frazier. Oh, like breaking the kendo stick.
She took that stick and bashed his head.
And now send Brian after him down here on the floor after Sylvia's beating him up.
You better clear it out, boys.
Oh, look out.
You better clear it out. Yeah, take it inside.
Chris Frazier thrown.
Come on, boy.
Come on, Robert, leave him alone. Heaven's sakes. Tag team match coming up here. Robert Fuller and Brian Lee. Boy, a couple of big guys. They weigh in at about 501 pounds total weight. Fuller, the Tennessee stud out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Brian Lee out of Orlando, Florida. His opponent, Frankie Lancaster, out of Tampa, Florida. And, of course, Chris Frazier out of the state of Mississippi. One fall, 10-minute time limit tag team match. We're waiting for a signal from the referee. Yeah, there we go. Bell's a little sick over here. It has sounded, however. Brian Lee taking Frankie the Thumper Lancaster down to the mat. A couple of good athletes facing each other here. Lancaster and Lee. Lee with a size advantage. Robert Fuller with some words of encouragement for Brian Lee. Referee Jerry Calhoun warning Fuller to stay in the corner. Under tag team rules, you have to stay in the corner and keep at least one hand on the turnbuckle. Sometimes people like Fuller disregard that rule, however. Boy, Brian Lee nailed him with a big right hand across the chest. It didn't faze Lancaster. Lancaster glared at him as he came walking off those ropes. Robert Fuller was telling Lee, hey, good job. You really hurt him that time. Lancaster steps over and popped Brian Lee in the back of the head. As if to say, look, you want to play rough? I can do it too. Fuller jumped in there and complained to the referee about his man being hit from behind. It was legal. Frankie Lancaster back under the ropes. Brian Lee fires him across the ropes. Lancaster getting it going here. Small package lead out on the mat. Count of one, but he can't hold it. One count's all he got. Lancaster quickly puts the shoulders down again. This time again he gets a one count. Brian Lee moving across the ring, leaning outside the ropes and wants the referee to step in between them. Hey, wait a minute. I'm halfway out of the ring here. Brian Lee stays in there. Frankie Lancaster over to the corner, makes the tag on Chris Frazier. Chris with the least experience of any of the wrestlers in the ring right now, and also the smallest. Now Fuller comes in after the tag. They double-teamed on that exchange. Frazier rammed into the into the turnbuckles, rather. Now Fuller puts that big boot to the midsection. Back jumping up and down on him. Brian Lee takes over again after the tag. Chris Frazier staggered here by Brian Lee. Lee throwing that right forearm at him. Frazier trying to work his way to the corner and get the tag on Frankie Lancaster. He got it. The referee didn't see it. Referee was trying to get Fuller back outside, and he sent Frankie Lancaster back outside. Frazier needed that tag. There's a suplex by Brian Lee. Leaves Frazier lying in the middle of the ring, climbs the rope. And springing down, 1, 2, he got him. 3 minutes, 39 seconds, and Robert Fuller and Brian Lee are going to walk out of here with a victory. That's Chris Frazier who stepped into the ring right now. Referee Jerry Calhoun will be the referee for this one. And as soon as Demolition makes his way in, here he comes right here. We'll be set to go with this match.
Boy, what a big guy.
Oh, he is huge. Go ahead with the official introductions there, Roger.
Thank you, Dave. Now for the introductions to the match. First of all, wrestling in the red tights out of Mississippi at a weight of 216 pounds, Chris Frazier. His opponent in this match at a weight of 315 out of Detroit, the Detroit Demolition.
Referee Jerry Calhoun, a signal for the bell, and Detroit Demolition jumps Chris from behind. Boy, it looks like Demolition has wasted no time seizing control of this match here.
Yeah, Chris Frazier giving away a weight. The ropes goes Chris. Nice clothesline down on his back on the mat. Drops down with a knee. And does it again right on the forehead. All 300-plus pounds. Got to be smart. Oh, boy.
I tell you, this Detroit Demolition is a powerful wrestler, and he has some real wrestling moves that will put you away. He also has some tendency to use wrestling moves that are of the illegal variety from time to time.
Whatever means, he'll use it to win a match, whatever.
This one is legal. It's a version of the Japanese sleeper. It's one of his favorite ways of beating an opponent. Looks like he's got Chris Frazier asleep right here.
Yeah, he's trying to put him away.
Referee says it's over, and 58 seconds. Detroit Demolition. Oh, come on. Get him to break it. Finally, Jerry Calhoun, the referee, gets him to break it. And Chris Frazier, nighty-night time. P.Y. Chu Hi and Shogun in the ring right now, along with Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier. It's going to be Alan Reynolds starting for his team. P.Y. Chu Hi for his. We also got Tojo Yamamoto, who's bandaged up in the corner, and Ronnie P. Gossett. As far as I know, he isn't. He sent in an interview, and I assume that means he's not here. There's Tojo Yamamoto. He ran into some fire about a week ago.
Professional wrestling. Phil Hickerson, and look at this. I mean, this team, who can beat this team? Nobody can beat my team.
Well, it remains to be seen. Chris Frazier and Alan Reynolds certainly feel like they've got at least a chance.
They've got a chance, all right. They've got a challenge chance, and you know what kind of a chance that is. Well, they are on a training program. They run 22 miles a day. 22 miles a day.
I'm not sure I believe that.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. Why would I lie? They are in fantastic shape. That's something that you're not, evidently.
Well, I tell you, I don't run 22 miles a day, but
the latest edition of the Wrestling Review shows this team as the #1 tag team in professional wrestling. Can you read? Have you read it?
I haven't read that. I'm sorry I haven't. And I hadn't heard that until right now either.
I just told you.
Yeah.
I have a copy if you'd like to see it.
I would like to see that, I think. P.Y. Chu Hi. Phil Hickerson nailing Chris Frazier across the back with a double upper arm. Then he chops him as he's coming off the ropes there. Oh.
Devastating shot.
There's no doubt about that. He has a devastating right hand.
Best teamwork in professional wrestling. No team works as good as this team does.
They're a tough team. I got to give them that.
Tough.
No doubt about it. Shogun and P.Y. Chu Hi, also known as Phil Hickerson.
Just like clockwork. You can tell all these idiots to shut up. I don't feel like listening to USA. You can see their USA on the bottom of the mat right there.
Oh, a chop. Point of the fingers in the throat. Illegal. He certainly did. He jabbed him with a point of the fingers in the throat. Totally illegal. You can use the side of the hand, but legally you can't.
Read the rule book. You're sitting here doing your 10-cent announcing job, and you're trying to tell Ronnie Gossett the rules and regulations of professional wrestling.
Apparently you don't read the book yourself, so I thought I would just point them out to you. The double team.
This match is over. We're just delaying it. This match was over when they stepped in the ring.
There's Hickerson back in. He's holding. Yeah, look at this. Double team.
Oh, no. He has a count to get out. He has a count to get out. Devastating.
There's a cover by P.Y. Chu Hi. Count is 2, and now 3, and that is it.
That's the end of him. Just another victory in the long string.
2 minutes, 49 seconds.